Hey there, my name's David. On this episode of Unusual Foods, we're doing something a little different. We're going to be taste testing some Simulate Nuggs. So these things have been super overhyped. Vegan, plant-based nuggets, chicken nuggets. Now let's just first talk about the branding of this. As someone who used to do a lot of branding work, I used to be a lead artist at Microsoft at one point. This is probably the worst packaging I've ever seen for a product. And I don't know if they're trying to just get the market of people who aren't vegans, who want to eat a little bit more vegan, I guess, or plant-based. But having a chicken on the package with the nugget is not enticing to vegans. I can't see any vegan wanting to eat this based on this packaging. And this is also very ugly packaging. The image is not nice. This is my little artistic side coming out here, but there's 1,000 ways to make this better. This is the ugliest packaging I've ever seen. Moving on from that though, so what is this stuff? Well, they're just nuggets, they're chicken nuggets, except there's no chicken in them. What's in them? You might ask. Well, let's take a look. There's water, soy flour, soy protein isolate, vegetable oil, corn flour oil,
textured wheat protein, modified cornstarch, wheat protein isolates, minerals, there's a whole bunch of those, sunflower oil, cornstarch, modified potato starch, yeast extract, salt, onion powder, garlic powder, tapioca, dextrin, rice flour, baking powder,
potato starch, etc., etc. So a few other ingredients in there. Silicon dioxide, that always sounds tasty. So this isn't a health product. This is, if you want some chicken nuggets, you're plant-based eater, you're vegan. So it's time to taste test this thing. These things were cooked as exactly to the specifications here. It says 13 minutes and they were flipped, and that's basically it. So let's give these a shot. And I should note too, there are 6 pieces of this, 240 calories. There's some nutrients in here, potassium, iron, calcium, etc., etc. So first off, we'll note here, these Simulate Nuggs, they come in weird shapes, and some of them look like, this one looks like an octopus. You can kind of see that. This looks like an octopus here, you can see. Little tendrils in the bottom, the head at the top. And this one looks like a ghost. They're very crispy. The texture reminds me of like a McDonald's chicken nugget, which is, I don't know, I guess pretty impressive for cooking at home. They smell very chicken-like, a little bit kind of weedy. Very crispy, very much like a McDonald's McNugget. But not chicken tasting. The breading is very oily, crispy. Very good. The breading is like A+ in crispiness. The actual inside though, it's it doesn't taste like chicken. Texture's not even like chicken. It's kind of spongy. The texture is almost a little like powdery or something, like it breaks apart. It's not stringy. It's not dense like you're eating a Beyond Burger or something like that. It's more chewy. It's just kind of falls apart in your mouth. It's really not that flavorful. It's not that good. I bet with some ketchup, this is totally fine. It'll simulate like a nugget, but I wouldn't say this is overly delicious by any means. It's acceptable. I don't know, it's not something I would eat, but I don't really eat too many processed things, especially ones like this with a lot of oil in it, but it almost tastes like a wheat filling, some sort of filling in a dumpling or something, but kind of bland. It's really boring and bland tasting. It's just the crispiness on the outside is fantastic. So if you have the right sauce, I'm sure this is be perfectly fine. But yeah, that's my taste test, my take on the Simulate Nuggs. Also a terrible name. But to each their own. Maybe that's part of the marketing. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of me taste testing the Simulate Nuggs. If you want to support me, I have a Patreon at patreon.com/EarthTitan. And until the next episode, have a great day.